Hey guys, Miss Gregory here. I decided to go over a few of your homework problems for lesson 10.1. I decided to work the even problems because you can't check those answers in the back of the book. I was noticing as I was walking through class today that some of you are having trouble with the fractions and the mixed numbers. So those are a few that I chose. Alright, the first page of independent practice, focusing on number 2. This was the one I kept seeing mistakes with because of the 12 3/8 yard. So I'm going to go to the next page on lined paper and go through the steps that I did. So here's question number 2. You always start by giving me the formula. In this case, the formula for volume for a rectangular prism is the length times the width times the height. Substituting the information that you have into the problem, you have 3 sides. You are given all 3, so 5 times 10 times 12 3/8. The easiest thing to do would be to change the mixed number to an improper fraction. So 5 times 10 gives you 50, but again, you want to multiply where it looks like a fraction times a fraction, so that's why I placed 50 over 1 times 99 over 8. Then if you look a little closer, you can see that I was able to cross simplify. Since they're both even numbers, I can divide them both by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 50 divided by 2 is 25. So I'm left with multiplying 25 times 99, which is 2,475, divided by 4, because 4 times 1 is what's left on the bottom. When you work out the division, you should get the answer of 618 7/75 cubic yards. Okay, moving on to the next question. I chose question 8. You guys seemed intrigued with the rectangular shaped watermelons that Japan has been working on, so definitely go read more about that. That is pretty cool. Fits in your refrigerator a lot better. But basically it's the same type of problem. Volume is what you're trying to find, so you're going to say volume equals length times width times height and multiply the information they give you. You have the length, you have the width, and you have the height all in inches. So next page, I show my work. 9 times 10 times 2/3. Remember, commutative and associative properties exist, so you can multiply them out of order. You should still get the same answer. You can pair up the numbers that work best for you. So 9 times 10 is 90. Again, I place 90 over 1 to make it a fraction times a fraction, times 2/3. I'm able to cross simplify. 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 90 30 times. What I'm left with, just 1's across the bottom, so nothing as a denominator. And 30 times 2 is 60. So the rectangular shaped watermelon would have a volume of 60 cubic inches. Okay, moving on. Last question from lesson 10.1 that I chose. Again, even question number 10. Some of you thought this was going to be a very easy choice just by looking at the picture, but looks can be deceiving, so always do your math work and have proof to back it up. So you have 2 popcorn boxes, and you're being asked which one holds more popcorn. So for A, Pilar chose the box on the left, which is 8 inches by 8 inches by 8 inches. And we're going to find the volume for A. Also for B, Amanda chose the taller box that's on the right, which is 8 inches long, 6 inches wide, and 10 inches tall. Since they've given us all 3 measurements, this is easy to substitute into our formula. So I'm going to move to the next page with the lined paper. You can see the work already complete, but I'll walk you through it. For part A, Pilar, who chose the shorter popcorn box on the left, was an 8 by 8 by 8. So 8 times 8 is 64, 64 times 8, 512 cubic inches. Part B, this was Amanda. She chose the taller box of popcorn that was on the right. The sides were 8 by 6 by 10. Again, you can put this in any order you want. I just went ahead and did 8 times 6 is 48. 48 times 10 is 480. Again, cubic inches. Excuse me. Part C was asking who had more popcorn and by how much more. So part C, you would subtract 512 minus 480, and it's a difference of 32. So Pilar actually received 32 cubic inches more popcorn than Amanda did. And some of you might be surprised because that was the shorter box, but its dimensions actually held more popcorn than the taller box. Hope you have a good night and you finished all your homework problems, and I will see you tomorrow. Good night, Miss Gregory signing off.